Gen Z bus and a mini. Gen Z bus and a mini. Itty bitty titties and a bulb. Itty bitty titties and a bulb. 5'3" and an attitude. 5'3" and an attitude. Secret product in the trench. Secret product in the trench.
No! No! Why?
Okay, how is this not front page news? You know, like the front page news that we're going to be in Toronto, Red Bank, New Jersey, Northampton, Massachusetts, and Concord, New Hampshire. But how is this not front page news? Israeli soldier admits war crimes on camera. An Israeli reservist who served in Gaza has told Sky News IDF troops killed Palestinian civilians at random, with orders to shoot sometimes dependent on the mood of the commander. Let's listen.
An Israeli reservist who served in Gaza has told Sky News IDF troops killed Palestinian civilians at random, with orders to shoot sometimes dependent on the mood of the commander. The IDF strongly denies the claim, saying it operates against military targets, not civilians. Our international correspondent, Alex Rossi, has the story for us.
I think everything in war is kind of messes you up.
It is rare to hear Israeli soldiers speak openly about their time in Gaza. But after 3 tours of duty, this reservist says his conscience won't let him stay silent.
Every commander can choose for himself what he does, so it's kind of like Wild West. And so some commanders can really decide to do war crimes and do bad things and like don't have very consequences of that.
He agreed to talk on condition of anonymity, fearing he could be labelled a traitor or ostracised at home. These photos were taken while he was serving in Gaza, where he was stationed in the homes of displaced Palestinians.
I think you can't be in this scenario for so long and not like normalize it and not like kind of you lose your mind and then killing is more and more normalized and you can't see the problem in it. Kind of feel like I took part of something bad, and so I think it's like I need to counter it with something good that I do, and I hope that by speaking of it, it can change like how things are being done. And I think a lot of people, if they knew exactly what's happening, they wouldn't. It wouldn't go down very good for them, and they won't agree with it.
Alex Rossi, Sky News, Jerusalem.
So that's Sky News reporting that. That's like the equivalent of Fox News reporting that. So there you have IDF soldier telling you, yeah, we do it all the time. It gets normalized. War crimes, shooting civilians. And that's how the country got started. People forget about this. That's how Israel got started, with a thing called the Nakba. There's a documentary called Tantura. It shows Israelis admitting to murdering Palestinians during the 1948 Nakba. Not just murdering them, but terrorizing them, murdering them in the most brutal way, and raping them, teenage girls. And they laugh about it. You think I'm kidding? So watch. The events in Tantura were crazy and horrifying. You can turn it down. Tantura was a rich village and had beautiful houses. Its residents lived like Europeans, you know. And the women of the village used to wear nice clothes. For real, it was a village. And he's laughing. One of the soldiers raped a 16-year-old girl. He's laughing. Do you understand? The events were horrendous. There was this guy with us, a soldier. He was a brutal human being. He took them, Palestinians, and put them in a cage, and he killed them. They gathered them in something like a cage and put iron wires around them. They gathered all the men, sat them on the ground, and one of the soldiers got the submachine gun and shot them. He changed the cartridge. What do you think? But we were not like that. The person was different and unusual. They imposed a cover-up. There were soldiers that took flamethrowers and ran after the villagers and burned them. And no one is allowed to talk about that. I won't talk about it because it would be a big scandal. And he's laughing. I don't want to talk about it. The first 3 or 4 months I was a murderer, this guy says. What does it mean? I took no prisoners. In a battle, if someone raised their hands, I didn't arrest them. That traumatized me. I can't get over it until today. If school kids stood up and raised their hands and saw them that day, I would have killed all of them. How many people have you killed this way? He says, I didn't count. I wouldn't be able to know. And then he laughs. He laughs about it. I had 250 bullets in my gun. And I shot them and it killed everyone. I can't count. So that's how the country got started, and that's how it's been going ever since. Slaughtering innocent civilians. That's why they call it a genocide. That's why the UN calls it a genocide. That's why the ICC calls it a genocide. That's why it is. Okay. That's it for today. Steph's got some more super chatters.
All right, go ahead and big screen camera 4 while Jimmy and Misha make their move out of the room. And I will send you my titles right now, Misha. All right, stand by. Are you going to go to one of our shows? Check it out. Check it out. Okay. You can catch us in Toronto, Red Bank, Northampton, Concord, Oxnard, Rutherford, New Jersey, New York, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver. Ladies and gentlemen, go to jimmydore.com. Yeah, I guess so.
I guess they were.
I guess so.
I guess they were.
Whisper, whisper. Thank you so much, Jimmy. All right, go ahead. Come back to me. Ladies and gents, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, these stories, overwhelming. But if you didn't catch the very beginning of our show, we had a special guest. Was it Twyla Braze? And wow, so informative about real IDs and HIPAA. If you didn't catch that video, you should catch it. And I know that I'll be calling my state representative and my congressperson persons, and I'm going to demand that they do not support real IDs. And it's just that, boy, it just looks dark and crazy, the direction that those are going. So anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up. Remember, resist much, obey little. Here we go. When we have 40 states that become CBI for an amendment states, then run CBI amendments that force our state legislature to call for an Article 5 Constitutional Convention of the states, that would force Congress to either propose an amendment to the states or allow for the convention to happen that allow for a national citizen ballot initiative amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Again, thank you, Roger. It's a puppy. Puppies for life. Puppies. No kidding, right, Nathan? She's a big puppy. She's 2 years old, and she's adorable. Betsy. Star of David is a star of Remphan. Remember in Old Testament when they stopped worshiping God and worshiping idols, and then God judged them again and again and again? Nathan, thank you for that. It's almost as if we're training us for international ID cards, tattoos, implants, right? Maki. So Elon wants to start a new party for the people. The same guy who famously tweeted, "We'll coup whoever we want." Great. Like we need more of that shit, cat man. So Jimmy, you're saying I shouldn't get my 10th booster? Skip ads. I was ridiculed and ostracized by some family and friends because I didn't want the vax. 4 years later, still hurts. Jen, I can't even have that conversation with family members. It's a heartbreak. It's a heartbreak. All love all the time. Finding truth is having pause and patience. The TV marketed you survival in the face of certain death. Who is Jeffrey Epps? Patchouli diver. We were never at war with East Asia. Giraffe Rider. Jimmy, you are one of the few truthful people out there. Keep at it and cook these tools. No kidding, right, Winston? Winston, I knew a Winston when I was younger. How are you, Winston? Or was it Oceana? I forget. Giraffe Rider. Hey, guys, Trump brought us back to a world with only 2 genders. Let's crown him the king of the fucking world, shall we? When the bar is that low, it's easy to beat it. Corn Pop. Same day Palestine action was prescribed as terrorists, UK foreign manager went to Syria to shake hands. Goo81, thank you so much for that one, Goo81. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking around with me. And did I just read the super chats to my friends in the UK who are now just going to bed? Is that it? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was great seeing you today. When we strive to become better, then we are. Everything around us becomes better too. Paul Coelho. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on Wednesday. Adios.